Everybody, welcome. Rosa Psych Investigator. Welcome. Everybody, welcome. Rosa Psych Investigator in the middle of the night. Almost 3 a.m. I decided to make a video, huh? Almost 3 a.m., huh? Time to make a video. So here I am. Here I am. Rock you like a hurricane. Okay. So guys, I mentioned in this video earlier, and it's about the news that came out that Carolyn Leavitt, the headline was Carolyn Leavitt's family member was taken by ICE. And so, of course, it's sort of shocking. And you click on it, and it turns out that it's the former, let's see, it's the former, how do you say it? What, like, so her brother had a child with this woman, and she is an illegal immigrant, I guess. But the child is like, I think he's 14 or something. Is he something like 10? And so, anyway, I saw the news, and immediately I thought that I wondered, what the circumstances are, because I just wondered if her family, Carolyn Levitt's family, ratted her out, like if they called ICE or something, because the article suggests that, not suggests, it said that the son was raised by the father and not the mother, which is really unusual, right? But when you think about it, if I don't know, I've never been in that position, but I'm thinking if you are an illegal immigrant, you can't go to, like, how are you going to settle the custody issue? So the father could pretty much do anything because you're not going to fight in court, right? I don't know. I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? When you think about it, because there's so many custody issues when um, people have kids, right? And so even the ones that are legal, they fight in court. But if you don't have the legal rights, the rights of a citizen, right? Let's say, then the father can claim. I think I don't know exactly. I don't think that people who are not who are not legal, I guess, right? They're either they can or they are afraid to go to court. So because it's unusual, don't you think? But I'm thinking in this case that happens. And also I it's if something happened to the mother of your child, no matter what circumstance, no matter uh, the relationship you have with them, it's traumatic for the child no matter what, right? So there was an interview, or I found an interview with the ex-husband, who was the brother of Carolyn Levitt, and he said that he let the child see the mother, but he's not exactly asking for help with her, I don't think. Okay, so to release her, and I don't think, honestly, what's the recourse here? It's just an awful situation. Okay, so let's see, but it's interesting that it's now happening to them. But I'm curious about what happened here. Okay, so here is so Carolyn Levitt's family member captured by ICE goons. Let's see. Okay, so Carolyn Levitt's family member captured by ICE goons. America's brutal immigration raids just got personal for Trump's press secretary. White House Press Secretary Leavitt has been personally linked to the brutal ICE raids sweeping America. Her 11-year-old nephew's mother, Bruna Ferreira, is now in custody at an ICE facility in Louisiana facing deportation to Brazil. Michael Leavitt, the press secretary's New Hampshire-based brother, had a relationship with Vieira, resulting in the birth of son Michael Leavitt Jr. Vieira's sister, Graziela dos Santos Rodrigues, has started a GoFundMe campaign to raise money to fight ICE charges and allow Bruna to remain in Boston. It has now raised over 14,000 of 30,000 targets. A source familiar to the matter told the Daily Beast that this individual is the mother of Karoline's nephew, and they have not spoken in many years. The child has lived full-time in New Hampshire with his father since he was born. He has never resided with his mother. A DHS spokesperson told the Daily Beast that Vieira is a criminal illegal alien from Brazil who is currently at the South Louisiana ICE Processing Center and is in removal proceedings. She has a previous arrest for battery. She entered the U.S. on a B-2 tourist visa that required her to depart the U.S. by June 6, 1999. The spokesperson said, under President Trump and Secretary Noem, all individuals unlawfully present in the United States are subject to deportation. W. Brewer could not confirm whether the son had only lived with his father after the couple separated. Let's see. But a family member said the split occurred around 10 years ago. The station could also not find details of battery charges against Bruno Ferreira in Massachusetts online court records. The North Andover Eagle Tribune reported that Michael, or Mike Leavitt, won $1 million in a DraftKings competition in 2014. At the time, Leavitt was engaged to Ferreira, and Mike Jr. was 8 months old. In a statement to WBUR, Michael Leavitt said, "My only concern has always been the safety, well-being, and privacy of my son." Oh, okay. The Daily Beast has contacted Michael Leavitt for comments. On the GoFundMe page, Graziela dos Santos Rodrigues says her sister is now fighting to stay in the country she has called home for nearly her entire life. Rodrigues said Bruna entered the U.S. with their parents in December 1998 on a visa, and that she has maintained her legal status through a program for people who enter the country as children called Defer Action for Childhood Arrivals. Since then, she has done everything in her power to build a stable, honest life here, followed every requirement, and has always strived to do the right thing. She added, Bruna's absence has been especially painful for her 11-year-old son, Michael Leavitt Jr., who needs his mother and hopes every single day that she'll be home in time for the holidays. Rodrigues said the campaign would cover the cost to give Bruna the best possible chance to return home to her family, and added, "Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your support, your prayers, and your kindness during this incredibly painful time." So, okay, so this is the situation, and let's look into it. Okay, so that it's so many emotions, and honestly, for me, and I know you guys worry, about this. Like I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm also Brazilian, right? And it's sad. I mean, there's no other way to say it. But as I was saying earlier, I wonder if the custody issue had, like, the fact that the child lived with her father had to do with the fact that she is, she was not how do you say it, like, she was illegal, quote unquote, right? But then you think about it, like, so was Melania, you know what I mean? Like, not in the same way, because Melania obtained uh, the right to live here legally, but through dubious means. So, but she's fine, she's fine. Melania's fine, but there it happens to her. And it's weird, guys. There's a lot of Brazilians move to the US in search of a better life, quote unquote, right? And I came here, my mom she became a professor. She had, she was never an immigrant like that. But it's sad, you know what I mean? Because when things were fine, you could see, there was not much of a difference, right? But now you see the price that they have to pay. It's sad, no matter what, no matter what. Uh, because I was just watching something. because I've been listening to these Brazilian programs, and it was BBC Brazil interviewing Brazilians who were here and afraid, and friends and partners have been like randomly on it. They walk out and they disappear, and then they find out they're in some facility somewhere about to be deported, and it's just harrowing. Okay, so anyway, so it is what it is, the situation. Okay, but let's do the protection, and then I'll look into. So I'd like to ask for protection, a beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as a breathe in. I feel my lungs as a breathe out. I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I like to ask that information come only from the highest sources, that it create the good, and the goodness so it is. Okay, so anyway, so just before I ask, just saying that the programs were taught, like they go into these communities. There are some areas in Massachusetts, for example, that are predominantly there's like all these Brazilian. There's one big one, and that has a lot of Brazilians, and like people don't get out of the house because they're afraid to be captured or something. It's awful, right? And you think of the history of like people who were in the World War II in Germany, Jews, right? You had to live out like a hide or something. It's just, I don't know. It's the whole like fascism environment is just awful. Okay, but anyway, so let me ask you. So what happened here? So and did Caroline Leavitt have something to do with it? What happened? Or was it just because ICE was around? What happened? So I have to say, guys, honestly, I think I need some cards here because I feel like there was a very contentious relationship between the mother and the father, right? And her lives seem to have been more unstable for obvious reasons. And and I think the father wanted to have a life where she just didn't exist anymore. But I think that happens in some kind of crazy divorces, right? And then I think Carolyn Levitt, of course, knew of her. But I don't know that I saw they could have had her name, but I think it was like, I don't feel like they called and said, go get her. But I think because it's like, I feel like at the area where she was in, they had something. Okay. But I think we can ask. And that's why I think this may be too close. You know what I mean? Like, I feel, even though obviously I don't like the woman Levitt, I don't think, let's see what the cards say. Okay. Because the situation is such that anybody could be caught up in this. Okay, so let's ask first what happened. Because I honestly feel like I saw this, but I think it was I don't necessarily feel it. It's just my vision that Carolyn Levitt or her brother. I feel like she's like, hmm, but I don't. I could see her thinking. I don't know that she would do it. Honestly, I mean, I wouldn't say it's above her. Like she's not. She could do it, yes, but I don't necessarily see her. Let's see. Let's see what happens. What happened with this woman, Bruna Ferreira, who was the mother of Carolyn Levitt's brother's child. Okay. So, okay, here is starting herself. Child. Yeah, this is the son. Okay, trying to assert himself. Yeah. Let's see. I think for me, honestly, guys, there's just some things there's something in me that sometimes it's like hard to. Like I don't want to see it. Okay, so I think in this case, cards do help because it feels like it gives me a separate kind of uh wall or something. Okay, so let's see what happened. What happened? What's the situation? So, okay, here asserting yourself, older man, and the military official could be law enforcement. Okay. Here is powerful man, marriage, recognition, something coming out, child, jealousy, far away. So it suggests to me that um, there, if there, does it, there's a situation where her family, Caroline Leavitt's family, did not want the mother around, the jealousy here, right? The jealousy suggesting here um, that it would be here, the child, jealousy, far away. So if they're jealous of the mother, I think, then it would be best to have the child far away. So, um, here's the one number. So there's just one more here, and then we'll look into into each one. So what happened here? Let's see. Okay, long term blocked. Okay. Yeah. I mean, opportunity suggests opportunity, opportunism, right? Block her opportunity, long term opportunity blocked. So she was vulnerable. The woman was vulnerable in every sense here. But again, I'm not saying nobody's perfect, right? But still is what it was now. So this makes sense. It's kind of like she was in a bad situation, no matter how you slice it, because this makes sense. The woman, the mother, didn't really have it. If the father said, "I'm going to keep this child," what recourse would she have had? No matter whether she was like a good mother or whatever that is, she wouldn't have had the resources to fight. I don't think. Okay. So that's the danger here for her already, right? That even if in the worst case scenario, she started off in a really difficult situation. And then the man in power, Trump in power, created this this for like the worst possible scenario for her. So you know what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna pick a card. I'm gonna look into. I wasn't expecting it to be so long, but I want to look into three separate people. One is I don't think they're older. Okay, let's see. Um, let's say Karen Love is going to be the mature woman. The inexperienced woman is going to be, let's see, the privileged lady is going to be her, and then the man is going to be no privileged lady. No, main female is going to be here. One second, I'm picking the card for the man, and where's the man? Main male. Okay. All right. So okay. So here we have um this is gonna be, let's see here. This is this is Carolyn Leavitt. This is no. This is gonna be the woman who was Bruna, who was taken from ICE, and here is her ex-husband. So let's ask here first what happened. To Bruna here on her left is gonna be the situation for her before and what caused her the thing and what happens next to her. Because it could very well be, we can all reinvent ourselves. She could have, many good things could have come to her after this. Okay, let's see what happened here. Okay, this is the law, something objective changes. Um, here, the widow, a woman, like in a, okay, official, say the law enforcement. And then here, the courts, gift, okay. Invitation could be like they could, that I was watching this Brazilian channel and they explained how this one man was taken by ICE when there was something in the courthouse and there was nothing, it turned out that there was nothing wrong. It was just sort of like a ruse to get him. So she may have had to go to the courthouse for something, and that's when they got her. Okay, so what happens to her next is the question. Okay, success. Okay, charismatic woman. Good fortune. Now here's gambling and lost, but it's okay. We don't, this is okay, this could be the situation of her. Okay, this is a problem or hustle and money, lots of money. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting as I look at this that things may turn out well for her because technically, especially if Trump goes down, she could sue all of them and say that they did something to her. Doesn't make sense that the fact that there was this powerful family that was connected to the government, they could now remove her. Okay. So it's possible. Okay, so let me ask, what will be the final outcome for her here? Is she, versus the father? Okay, strength. Okay, woman of issues, financial issues here, but she's in, okay, the judge. Oh, misfortune. That's not, okay. The man, but misfortune. Okay, the man doubts the man or the clouds. So I wonder if could the misfortune be for the man also. So I think there's more to this story. I don't think it's over for her because it's like this is she has something in her hands in a way or another. And I see Lula intervening, trying to intervene, trying to help her. Also, Lula, the Brazilian president. Okay. Okay. So this is that. Now let's ask about the the ex-husband. Okay, the brother of Caroline Leavitt. An impasse. Oh, treachery. Okay, that's not good. Okay, and then here we have money, house. The article said he won the lottery. This is a meeting with the judge. Oh, that's right. Oh, so you know how the other card said that there was an issue with the courthouse. She was invited to go to the court, and it says that he had a meeting with the judge. So it could be that during this meeting they caught her. Okay, you know what I mean? So that's what it's suggesting. So yeah, the meetings with the judge. So there's something going on. So what's next for him? To the right here, lovers upside down. Focus. Okay, some issue with relationship. Here, visit. Angry. Somebody is angry. Who's angry? Let me ask. Oh, thief. Thief. Money. Okay, let's see. Public happiness. Public happiness. Public. Something becomes public. Okay. Let me ask straight up because I want to see. I want to see still. It doesn't. I don't know if it's super clear that he did it deliberately. But let's see. Let's see. Let me ask again. Is it, or maybe am I trying to not see it? I think no, it's saying, he did something shady here. So did he cause her? Did he call ice on her? Quid pro quo, making plans. Making plans to help. Okay, sick. Expect waiting for something. Success for a woman. I don't necessarily think, okay, it's not necessarily like this could be the help. It's not like this, it's like this. So he could have trying to help her, making plans. Okay. So now let's see Carolyn Leavitt. Okay, here is Carolyn Leavitt's card. So let's see what happened before this in this situation. Okay, this is confusion. Oh, something dark happening behind the scene. Uh-oh, Carolyn Leavitt, did you really, girl? For a long time. Trip. Or something foreign. Moving something changing the White House. Okay, Okay, how did Carolyn Leavitt feel about this woman? Did she do something to her? Let me just ask straight up, okay? Make a more direct question. False. Okay, money issues, lies. Okay. Secret. Okay, so okay, yeah. Create a defeat. Man. Fighting. That's right. So I honestly the card suggested it's possible because again, there's a creating defeat, lies, secret lies, and does it make sense creating defeat and fighting? Okay. Um, all right, so then what's next here? Happy. Oh wow. Very happy. Man, enemy, talking about happiness. Yeah, weird. Weird. So, okay, so guys, honestly, I feel like the worst cards here are for Carolyn Levitt in terms of who could have done something. Although, to be honest with you, uh, I don't know. Honestly, if I think that she called. I don't think she liked this woman, and I think she wanted. I think that his family would have liked her to have disappeared. I think. Okay, but it's like I forgot. There's a saying in Portuguese. It's like it's like when hunger meets the opportunity to eat, kind of. You know what I mean? It's like it's a situation like that. But let's see. I have to say, I think the worst part here is that I don't think either of them, either Carolyn or him, are making an effort to do something to help the mother. And that's a big problem. Okay. So even if in the case where they didn't cause it, okay, let's just give it the benefit of the doubt here. The fact that they're not doing anything is terrible. Okay, and it's this girl's sister who's doing something from Brazil. So that's the story. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go and I wish everybody all the best because guys, it's no matter how no matter what you've done in life, it's like it's so tough. Nobody deserves to be treated like that. Okay. And the child to have the mother yanked like that. And I don't know, it's just awful, no matter how you slice it. Okay. So so that's a story. But I wish I want the truth to come out no matter what. And I want everybody to be treated fairly and not like this. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go and have a great evening, morning. Okay. All right. Okay. Bye.